The Toro Company is a longtime supporter of the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum with our financial resources, product donations, and our people, Toro volunteers. Woo!
On behalf of the Cargill Foundation, we'd like to thank the staff of the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum. We're thankful for our partnership working to nourish the next generation here in the Twin Cities.
So obviously in the past, this gala in the last 2 years has gone virtual, and people from Florida, California, New Mexico, Colorado, North Carolina, New York, Maine, they've all tuned in. So tonight is no exception. They're all tuning in as of 8:20. So welcome to all of you in all of your beautiful states. It's a beautiful night here in Minnesota, by the way. Carol Evan was completely in charge of the weather. And it's gorgeous. I have a meteorologist here in the building to make sure it is perfect, Laura and I. So I will tell you that we're having a beautiful night. So thank you so much for joining us. And this is a wonderful, wonderful experience where we were able to, of course, broadcast to all of you, but also join all of them. And they have been so influential and also so motivating to, of course, donate and help out during the pandemic. So let's put our hands together for all of the folks who have joined us. So tonight, we'll go back to this one here if we could. So tonight, we have a really wonderful rest of our evening. We want to tell you where the money is going tonight. We want to tell you a little bit about the farm. We want to talk to Pete about the farm. If you've been here for how many people, let's raise our hand, have been to the Arboretum, love the 3-mile drive, love the perennial garden, love the shade garden, love the Japanese garden, but have never been to the farm? see?
Wow.
Right, because it's just a hidden gem. It's a hidden gem. So this is a place that's going to showcase what Minnesota is about. Minnesota is about the breadbasket of the country. We are about agriculture here in Minnesota, and Pete really believes in that. So this farm, which is over 100 years old, was donated years ago, but it sat there just in the distance. And it was gorgeous, but it was in the distance. And then back in 13, 14, we decided that we needed, I should say you decided that you needed to build a road to this darn barn and fix it up. And so in 2016, the farm opened. And of course, the Pollinator Center came along. And then now here we are in 2022, and we're celebrating it. So this is a really, really big accomplishment by a lot of you in the room. A lot of you have donated in the room to this wonderful accomplishment. It is so important for us to teach our kids where our food comes from and why they need to take care of nature and why this place is so important for education. And I know all of you believe the same thing. So with that said, for the rest of the night here, we're going to talk about this gorgeous, gorgeous place we are. So just to give you some numbers, we're talking 1,200 acres are here at this gorgeous gem here in Minnesota. This place, of course, is part of the College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resources at the University of Minnesota. The Arboretum is committed to horticulture, research, and innovative education. The community treasure could not exist without the financial support of generous donors like all of you. In fact, over 90% of the ARB's annual budget, 90% of the annual budget here at the ARB is earned by revenue, membership, donations. So take a moment to recognize this year's Gala sponsors. So we're going to run through them, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, and we'll hold our applause to the end, even though we want to clap every minute, right? We're going to hold our applause to the end. Okay, so a special thank you to our presenting sponsor, Martha Meyer's Head, in memory of Bert and Virginia Meyer. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. We also are grateful for our tree sponsor tonight. Our tree sponsor is Toro. And we also want to thank our sapling sponsors. Our sapling sponsors tonight are Bailey, Cargill, and PCL Construction. And we have a shout out to our sprout sponsors tonight. They're Dorsey, Otten Brothers, and Solution Blue. And thank you to our seed sponsors tonight, which is Hawkins. We also want to acknowledge our Gala floral donors and our in-kind sponsors. Now, Jake, who did the flowers again? Who did all the flowers? Jake Zebarth from Len Bush. Stand up, tell us. Victoria Rose Floral. Okay, what was the last one? Bachman's. I think Dale is in the room. And another of other Bachmans are in the room. What else? And Simply Elegance Flowers by Georgia. Let's put our hands together for all of these people. Thank you, Jake. We also want to thank our gold and silver table sponsors and hosts tonight because they filled the tent. I don't know how many people we have here. How many do you think?
It's 380.
I think it's 3,080. It's like a great room. Okay, so earlier tonight, I had the grand opportunity. I came out very early with my friend Sherry and my friend Lori. They drove me out here very early, and we were in the barn just wandering around, and we got to meet the two gala hosts from tonight. And I know they're in the room, so I want them to stand up. Our co-chairs for tonight that actually organized this whole damn thing 2 years ago and then put it on again this year, Jamie Gerhardt and Aileen Sussman, right here in these gorgeous dresses. Congratulations to both of you. This is a lot. When you plan a party and then you have to wait 24 months for it to actually happen, are you kidding me right now? Congratulations to both of you. Thank you so much. And I know you got married here, right? And you and your husband, you got engaged here. And you ended up volunteering here after leaving your paid job. So congratulations to both of you. Thank you so much for helping us. So when I found out the event was here at the barn this year, at the farm in the barn, I actually was so excited. I sent a text to all my friends, and they're all here because they're like, oh, we want to come see the farm. And I appreciate it so much. I was so excited. Of course, the Bee and Pollinator Discovery Center opened in 2016. So can you believe that? It was 2016 when this all opened up. And the barn opened up in 2019, right before the pandemic. So that's why people haven't found it yet, but they are going to find it. So with that said, let's take a look at what happens here at the farm.
I love the farm at the Arb. First, I fell in love with the barn when I would go around 3 Mile Drive, and kind of my favorite view was of the barn, and it's just an iconic view. And when we renovated it, we really wanted to preserve that experience. But when you go in, you'll see the repair work and just the way it was used as a barn, and so you really get a sense of, 100 years ago, how farmers got started here.
From the crop fields to the apples and the grapes, down to some of the fruits and the shrubs. We are finding a way to demonstrate all types of farming and home gardening practices.
We have about 500,000 visitors to the Arboretum, but most of them don't have a connection to farming. The Arboretum's part of the university, and the university does great ag research on the St. Paul campus. And so the Farm at the Arb was a great opportunity for us to align well, showcase the research that they're doing, and to tell the story of where people's food comes from.
It's so well laid out with the Fruitful Way path and the new trails that it makes it very easy for people to explore the different types of gardening.
We were in the Bee Center earlier today because there is so much to see and learn about.
You can interact with the displays and watch the beekeeper working. There are so many wonderful educational opportunities.
My favorite part about being an apprentice here has been learning all the tips and techniques that go into running a market garden.
What I want to do is take the techniques that I'm learning and apply them at a larger scale at the garden that I'm building for my business.
Another great feature of the Arb is that it is continually moving. We will rotate crops because that's what healthy land management does. And so we're able to move the information that you learn and follow the crops. And so people get a sense of the impact of soil health and fertilizer and watering and drought and all of that. We also hope to have school children who go into the garden and pick items and then go into the summer kitchen and make something that they'll then eat right on site. And then there is one final building coming, and it'll be the Welcome Center and the Education Center. And so it'll be a home base for the master gardeners. It's an opportunity to gather together and learn from each other, and more event space. We hope that'll continue to be important for people for generations to come.
I just love to see the visitors that walk in and say, wow, I haven't been here before, and this is such a wonderful place.
We've come in spring, summer, fall, and winter. We've seen the tulips, we have seen the fall leaves. We've come in the dead of winter and still found fun stuff to look at and things to learn.
I hope people will leave with an understanding of the stewardship of the land. From the beginning, the indigenous caretakers of the land who took care of it so that it's available to us today, to the current growers and farmers who of course care about the health and well-being of their land because it's their livelihood. I think we all need an appreciation that we're all interested in providing safe, healthy food.
One of the people that narrated that video is our wonderful president for the past 2 years, Jenny Werner. Would you stand up, please, Jenny? Thank you. And I'm happy to talk more about the Farm at the Arb, but first I want to thank you, Belinda, for being the MC again. You have been wonderful for the Arboretum for 12 years, 13 years. Thank you very much. Now, so I'm really glad we started the evening in that historic red barn. It was built over a century ago in 1920 by the Williams family. They had 32 cows in the lower area where the restrooms are now, where all the stanchions were. They ran a small dairy farm in this location from the 1920s to the 1960s. And as was mentioned earlier, we renovated the barn and opened it in 2019. So it's still a relatively new destination for the Arboretum. The lower level of the barn has interpretive exhibits showing how the farmers grew all of the food for their cattle right on this 78-acre property for many, many, many years. And then in the upstairs, you saw the posters along the wall showing all the varieties of fruits and field crops that have been developed by the university to improve agriculture in Minnesota.
You know, a lot of people think of the University of Minnesota and they think of the Arboretum, and of course they think of Honeycrisp. But when you look at all those posters that actually date back to the 1890s and go all the way to the wheatgrass in the last few years, the University of Minnesota is such on the leading edge, on the pinnacle of so many wonderful things that actually grow at this latitude. It's super important for so many reasons. So this is a place where there's super, super smart scientists that we just absolutely should put our hands together and clap for, that really, really know what they're doing and figuring all this out. Absolutely. So when I came out here last time, I haven't been out for a bit. I know you were planting a lot of crops that grow here in Minnesota at different levels. So tell us a little bit about, not tonight, maybe we won't be able to check it out tonight, but maybe you'll come back another day. Tell us about what they would find if they wandered around here.
You know, they would find the crops that are where our food comes from. Most of our visitors are suburban or urban residents, and they're really removed from agriculture. So they can come here and see corn and soybeans and rye and sunflowers and alfalfa and all the crops that are so important to the economy and the food supply of the United States. Agriculture is continually seeking ways to provide nutritious and safe food for an ever-increasing world population, and we teach people about that right here. We're proud that the University of Minnesota research is a basis for agricultural best practices. At the farm, visitors can stroll through on a beautiful paved walk and see all these different crops. And on some of our farm festivals that are held throughout the growing season and into the fall, they can talk with farmers and find out how they make decisions on their own farm, what crops they grow, how do the economics of it all work out. And that's invaluable for people that don't have an opportunity to talk with farmers very often.
Well, tell us a little bit about, I know when I walked in here early today, you were so sweet to show my friends the Bee Center. Yeah. And what has the Bee Center done to Minnesota students? What has that provided for inner city students, students from all walks of life? What have they learned at the Bee Center?
You know, what the students have learned is that the University of Minnesota is a leader in honeybee research, and how important honeybees are to about a third of our food crops are pollinated by bees. The students learn what they can do in their own yard. If they live in an apartment, if they can put a hanging basket outside, bees need flowers from April through October. And so we can all do that. We can plant more blooming plants throughout the entire growing season, be careful how we manage the plants in our landscape, and the students learn, they have no idea, there's not just honeybees, all the native bees that are very important pollinators that live here in Minnesota.
Yeah, and I was noticing that you have a bunch of logs and you have a lot of native bee. And I think that Bobby and Laura have done a great job of doing a lot of stories on native bees. And that is something that, not that it just started, but people are really learning about native bees. So talk about, where do they live in the winter, the native bees? Okay.
Well, the native bees are a very diverse group. Many of them nest in the ground, and so it's important to have some bare ground in your garden where they can nest and lay eggs. Other ones nest in hollow stems of plants. That's why the master gardeners who we're training out here every year tell people not to cut your perennials and ornamental grasses and things all the way down in the fall. Leave at least 18 inches of stem, because that's where a lot of the insects have laid eggs and where their larvae are maturing and turning into pupae that'll hatch the following year. So the life cycles are amazing. Many of them are solitary bees. Some of them are social bees, like the honeybees. But it's so much that students can learn more because they get interested here.
They really do. And of course, the Bee Center at the University of Minnesota St. Paul campus is such an amazing spot. But these places work together. So it's so wonderful. And if you see a bumblebee in your yard, you are a lucky duck, because that means you have a good yard. So when you go home tonight, just think about that and maybe head to the garden center and buy some of these pollinators. And maybe if you don't have them, just buy a couple, because it really, really makes a difference. And we all know that. And we're all here for that reason. All right, last year, well, before we talk about that, this space is going to be so influential when it comes to farm galas, farm different parties, weddings. This place is going to be used to garner more funds for this great cause. And last year in our Fund to Need, we bought some really, really, really cool toros. So talk about Toro, Minnesota company. Talk about what they do here at the Arboretum.
Toro has been a sponsor at the Arboretum since 1958, the first year the Arboretum started, donating irrigation systems and then equipment over the years. And last year's gala, due to many of you, we raised $150,000 at the virtual gala, and Toro matched that with another $150,000. So we have $300,000 of brand new Toro equipment. Some of it's electric. It's all top-notch, modern equipment. Our ground staff are thrilled that they have brand new, high-quality equipment that's more efficient, more energy efficient. It's all good, and Toro's been a wonderful sponsor for the Arboretum.
Bloomington Company, right? Out of Bloomington. And who's here from Toro? Who do we have here from Toro? Are they here? See, they just give money and they don't even come to the cause. They should have come and partied with us. What's the deal with that? We love them, and we were really, really excited to do that when it came to the Toro. So over the years, the Fund to Need has done so many things for so many people that come here. I remember in the past, there was one Fund to Need that cracked me up because it was really, really important to do signage because people were lost and calling the visitor center. I don't know where the hell I am, but I need to find my car. And they were enjoying the heck out of the Arboretum, but they literally were so enjoying it that they got lost. And so in the past, we did signage, and there's tons of signage, and we did solar cars. We've done so many wonderful things. So this year, we are going to make a new entrance. We're going to make sure that you can come here, and if you can't get in the main entrance, that entrance that you all drove in is going to be a new entrance. So take a look. There is so much to explore and discover at the farm at the Arboretum. Visit the iconic Red Barn, discover the past, present, and future of agriculture, explore Minnesota's farm crop, and get tips on growing your own fruits and vegetables. Watch honeybees in action at the Tajin Bee and Pollinator Discovery Center, enjoy lunch under the Sweezy Outdoor Teaching Station, and immerse yourself in nature with stunning overlooks of natural landscapes. One of the best views in all of the West Metro, if you ask me. The farm is an emerging hub at the Arboretum and is quickly becoming a favorite destination for many visitors. More and more is happening at the farm all the time. Together, tonight, we have the opportunity to plant the seed for an exciting project that will improve access to the farm. Currently, the direct entrance to the farm that we all took tonight is only open for special events, such as this one, Apple Jam, and field trips. Visitors turn off the 82nd Street and enter through the chain link fence. Visitors typically access the farm using the 3-mile drive, but as a result, even many longtime members of the ARB are just now discovering the farm. They just don't take the right. They just keep going around the 3-mile drive, which of course is beautiful. This year's Fund to Need project will help create a new and expanded entrance experience to the farm, which will provide another main gateway for visitor arrival at the Arboretum. Visualize the main entrance off of Highway 5. The entrance is beautifully landscaped and welcoming. A favorite feature of the main entrance for many Arboretum members is the automated gate, which is opening using a membership card. The new entrance to the farm will provide a beautiful, intentionally landscaped and immersive experience similar to that one of the main entrance. And the future entrance to the farm will be open whenever the Arboretum is open to the public. The benefits of this new project are many. If you've been to the Arb during a busy time, you know how traffic can get backed up on Highway 5. Think about how nice it will be for visitors to have another option for arriving and parking. A newly paved road will begin at the Spring Peeper Meadow and meander up to the farm. This new arrival experience will immerse visitors in the wetland restoration at Spring Peeper Meadow and transition to landscaping including native plants, white oaks, and pollinator-friendly plants. The new entrance will be beautiful, calming, and set the stage for a visit to the Arboretum that is welcoming and embraces the healing power of nature. First impressions do matter. Functional lighting and signage are also part of the project. An automated gate in the plans for the new entrance, which is sure to become a favorite feature of many members. The number of parking spots by the farm is slated to increase from 77 to 300. Yes, that's 223 more places to park. The ultimate goal of this project is to provide an amazing visitor experience that makes coming to the farm easy and direct. Tonight, you can help make this new entrance to the farm a reality. Our goal this evening is to raise at least $125,000 to help get this special project underway. Together, we can make great things happen for the Arboretum and everyone who loves this beautiful treasure. Thank you for helping to bring more visitors to the farm.
I can't say it any better than that video. It really described what an important project this is for the farm at the Arb and for the Arboretum as a whole. So I'm going to go back to my table and let Belinda and Andy take over.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. We so appreciate it. The gentleman that started weeding here 50 years ago that became the director, Peter Moe, everyone. Okay, so you saw what they're going to do. That's so smart. And Peter just mentioned that last year, even during the pandemic, 35,000 students came through that gate. 35,000 kids came to the farm. So this is why it's so important, because it's so important to start them early. And then if you want to come here and you don't want to deal with traffic, how wonderful is it going to be to have a second entrance? So that's what we're going to do tonight, and we're going to do it in honor of Peter. And of course, he, will continue to be the director until we find someone else to fill his shoes, which are pretty big shoes. So with that, Andy, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right.
Thank you so very much. I think it's wonderful that we can all be out here enjoying this together, especially considering how recently it opened and we're now out here together. Like I had mentioned earlier, last Friday, I brought my kids out, and this is the first time they got to come out to the farm. And having grown up on a farm in outstate Minnesota and living now in just a suburb of Minneapolis, it was truly wonderful to see and hear their questions that I was like, oh, I just knew that. I knew that when I was your age because I grew up on a farm, and they haven't. And that type of experience, opening the eyes of children and having children be able to experience and have all of our friends and neighbors and community experience what we do out here and having a special way to get that started is really what we're trying to do here tonight. We want to make a difference in the accessibility of this location. And we want to make it for the years and years to come at the Arb. But we can't do it without you. There's so much to discover. And a new entrance will provide a direct and beautiful way to arrive at that experience at the farm. So together, tonight, our goal is to raise $125,000 as we want to support this project. Is there anyone tonight that can get us started with a $25,000 donation? Right up front here. Thank you, Janine. Number 611. Right there, that's one at $25,000. Thank you so very much. Is there anyone else tonight at $25,000? Anyone else at $25,000? Well, Janine, thank you for getting us started. Let's give her another big round of applause. That's outstanding. Now, before we go to our next level, we have somebody who is in the room tonight, and believes so much in what we're doing, but they don't want to have credit for it, but they believe in what we're doing so much that they wanted to get us going at this next level, and they have a $10,000 donation. Let's give them a big round of applause. Let them hear it. They're in the room. Thank you. Do we have anyone else that would like to join this generous donor with a $10,000? Number 214. Thank you, Jim. Right there. Give him a big round of applause. Number 413 and number 111. Give them both a big round of applause. Thank you. Number 316. Thank you so very much at $10,000. Number 601. Give them a big round of applause at $10,000. Is there anyone else tonight at $10,000? Number 301 as well. Give them a big round of applause at $10,000. Anyone else tonight at $10,000? Wow, let's give them all a huge round of applause. That was incredible. Thank you. If you are online and joining us and you want to make a donation at any level tonight, you just hit that donation button and you join us as well, and your amount will be totaled in with our amounts, and we'll be able to see what we're doing here tonight. We can really make a real impact with your help. We're going to move on to our next level. It's the $5,000 level. If you can give it this level, we'd love to see your hand in the air. Number 221 gets it started. Thank you. Big round of applause. John, thank you. Number 123, thank you. Number 326, give them a big round of applause at 5,000. Number 104, give them a big round of applause. And number 215, thank you so very much. Over here, number 305, thank you at 5,000. And way over here, number 118, give them a big round of applause. That's outstanding at $5,000. Is there anyone else tonight? Number 735 in the back. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. And over here, do we have another one? I got to see where it is. Number 303. Give them a big round of applause. Number 303, all at $5,000. Wow. It is truly amazing to see the generosity in support of this amazing, amazing place. We're going to move on to our next level tonight. It's the $2,500 level. If you can give it this level, we'd love to see your hand in the air. And number 708 gets us started right up front. Let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you so very much. Number 517, thank you so very much right there. Number 720, thank you at $2,500. And number 715, give them all a big round of applause at $2,500. Number 209, thank you so very much, very kind. Anyone else tonight at $2,500? Let's give all of our donors so far a big round of applause. It's been amazing to see. Now, I have an exciting announcement to make. Thanks to a group of committed Arboretum supporters, we have a very special $15,000 match right now at the $1,000 level. Now, these individuals making this match possible include a longtime Arboretum volunteer, a past Board of Trustee president, and Arboretum trustees. Let's give all of them, this huge group of people, a big round of applause. Now, they believe in what we're doing so much that they wanted to come forward and pool their funds together to challenge us. Can we get that match at $15,000? The first 15 hands in the air at $1,000 are going to be matched dollar for dollar, doubled. Number 320, give them a big round of applause. They get us started. Number 701, thank you. And number 502, thank you. Number 630 and number 203, thank you very much. Number 6 as well as number 212, thank you very much. Way in the back, number 329 and number 115. Thank you. Give them a big round of applause. Number 412 and number 718. Thank you. Number 625 and number 211. Thank you. Number 109 and number 24. Thank you very much. Number 506 and number 516. Give them both a big round of applause. Number 511 and number 216 right there. Coming back over here, we got number 505 as well at $1,000. Give them all a big round of applause. That was incredible. That was amazing to see. Wow. I think there's no doubt in my mind that that was at least 15 donors, and we maximized that match. Let's give that match another big round of applause for all those who came together to support. Do we have a number up on the screen? We do have a number of. Oh my goodness, we're almost at our goal. Whoa! It just jumped. Now, friends, I will say, we said our goal was 125. But I'm not going to lie to you. This project's going to cost a little bit more than $125,000. And now we're at 143 somehow. This is the magic. We just got that. We just put that match in there, and it keeps jumping. And we've got the online donors, too. We forgot online donors. Let's give our online donors a big round of applause. They have to be giving to see us get here. Thank you. Thank you to all of you at home who are joining us and being a part of this. We're going to keep rolling with our next level. It's the $500 level. You can give it this level. We'd love to see your hand in the air. Who can give tonight at $500? We'd love to call you out. Number 312 gets us started. Thank you. And number 626, give them a big round of applause. Number 210 and number 621, give them all a big round of applause. Over here we got 513 and number 9. Thank you. Number 507 and number 713. Give them a big round of applause. Number 732 and number 719. Thank you very much. Number 101 and number 632. Let's keep the applause going for number 28. And was there one up here? I want to make sure I didn't miss. Oh, and number 731. Thank you. Who else tonight? At 500, we got 728. Give 728 a big round of applause. And number 112, thank you so very much at $500. Give all of our $500 donors, both in person and online, a big round of applause. Our next level tonight is the $250 level. And give it this level, we'd love to see your hand in the air. Number 322, thank you. And number 119, thank you. Number 520, thank you. And number 627. Give them a big round of applause. Pete doesn't have a number. Deduct it from his paycheck. Perfect. All right, that's what I like to see. Thank you, Pete. Number 327 and number 629. Thank you very much. Number 733 and number 417. Give them a big round of applause. Number 523 and number 5 itself. Number 5, thank you. Anyone else at 250? Number 24 and number 317. Thank you both right up front. We appreciate it so much. Let's give all of our $250 donors a big round of applause. Thank you. For those of you that want to give online or that haven't gotten a chance yet, for those of you in the room that haven't yet got a chance and you still want to give, our final level tonight is the $100 level. We'd love to see your hand in the air. If you want to give one more time, now's the time. Let's see some hands in the air. Who wants to give tonight at $100? We'd love to see it. Is there anyone tonight? Yes, number 328. Give them a bigger applause. And number 13, thank you. Number 615, thank you. And number 206, thank you. Number 504 and number 717, thank you very much. Way in the back, number 711 and number 710. Both of them at that table. Thank you very much at $100. That's outstanding. Number 613 as well. Thank you. And number 777. Thank you very much. Anyone else tonight? Let's give all of our donors a huge round of applause, both online and in person. Now, if for some reason I did not ask for the level you'd like to give tonight, maybe you want to give more or less or something in between. Or maybe you prefer to make your gifts anonymously, like our $10,000 donor. You raising your hand in front of people and just having an applause thing isn't the way you prefer to make your gifts. We completely understand. There are Found a Need cards on your table, and you can complete those and hand those to a volunteer. If you're online, you can always hit anonymous when you're putting in your donation. But we want to say thank you so very much, because every dollar makes a difference, and you made a difference here tonight. Give yourselves a big round of applause. I am seeing over $190,000 on our screen. And it keeps going up. The final thing I want to say, and this is outside the script, but I will say that in the past, this online program you've been able to share it and get other donations. Please let people know about what we're doing here, and anyone you know that could not be here tonight, both either online or in person, and if they want to make a donation, we would love to see their assistance in making this dream a reality. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Belinda, back to you.
Andy Imhold from Fletibo. Thank you, Andy. Thank you for your 10 years of service. I had to bring up my friends to close out tonight. Laura Bedker and, of course, Bobby Jensen. And you know what? What's been wonderful about Grow with Care, and I'll just say because I feel so honored that 29 years ago, they asked you and I to do a story about a stupid Christmas wreath.
Christmas wreath.
And 29 years ago, I met this wonderful gentleman from New Jersey who just happened to have my same last name.
My last name.
Which is his last name. And since then, we've been able to do a story 52 weeks out of the year for 29 years.
And a majority of them came from here.
Yeah, and a lot of them came from here. And then during the pandemic, well, actually, how many years, Laura? When you joined us, 11 years ago?
Yep.
Okay, so Laura's been with us for 10 years. I found Laura is a Badger. I'm a Badger. I found Laura. She's from Corcoran, but she was in Ohio, and I brought her onto my staff. And then in the last few years, well, even before then, she's blossomed into the most important part of Care 11 Weather and of Grow with Care. And so now Laura and Bobby do Grow with Care ever since the pandemic. So let's put our hands together for Laura and Bobby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And in the meantime, we've had a few kids, a few grandkids, a few weddings, a few birthdays. How old will you be at the fair this year on September 1st, Mr. Bobby Jensen?
72.
72. And I always say that Bobby Jensen is, people say, are you married to him? I'm like, no, we just argue like we're married. His wife is over there, Phyllis Jensen. Phyllis Jensen, stand up. How many years has she been married to you?
46.
46 years.
And I get people asking me if I'm her grandfather.
Oh, no. And for the first time in my 12 years of being here, in my 29 years, I've actually was able to bring my husband as well. So from the Carlson School, my husband, David Hopkins, thank you for coming tonight. I appreciate that as well. He's not going to stand up. That's fine. All right, do you have anything to say, Laura?
Yeah, I'm so appreciative to be here tonight because usually I'm working for Belinda while she's here. So it happened to work out that I could come tonight, and I am so grateful for that. And Bobby and I use this place just as an unbelievable resource. Yeah, and we love telling all the thousands of stories. We've only told a few of them. There are so many more left here to be told, and we look forward to that.
Where's Sarah?
Yeah, the next 29 years of Grow with Care.
Right, and Peter, the friends we've made. We knew Peter 29 years ago. Peter Olin is here. He was our first
Pete
director.
Olin is here.
Where are you, Peter?
Pete Olin is here. Yes.
He was our first director when we started 29 years ago. And it's such a wonderful place. It's like, they call it work, and we come here and film for a couple hours. It's like heaven. So please, thank you all for what you did tonight, and enjoy. It's a great place.
It is a great place. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Enjoy your evening. Drive safely. We want to remind you that next year, the event is actually going to happen. I have the date here, so let's go to our script. Not that I ever follow a script, as these two know. The Arboretum is open 363 days a year. It's only closed on Christmas and on Thanksgiving. And the event next year is Thursday, June 15th, 2023.
Mark it down.
So I know we'll see you many more times between now and then. Thank you for watching Grow with Care. Thank you for watching Care 11. And thank you for supporting this beautiful, beautiful Arboretum. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.